Hello, hello. Kelly Snow. All right. I got to fix everything. Okay. Let me try here to get this. And hopefully everything doesn't come crashing down. You know how that does sometimes. Okay. Then I'm going to log in so I can see everybody and talk if we want to. And I just got this journal done, so I'm really excited. Oh, I love it so much. I love this one. It's really fun. Okay. And I got another one coming right behind it. So I'm all excited. It's really fun. The next one's smaller, but this one's big. I haven't done a big one like this in a while. So I'm excited. Okay. We got the live chat on. So make sure you say hello if you come in. And then I'll see if this is close enough, huh? I don't know if it is or not. I might have to pull it in some more, but we'll get going here and see if we can see it. But I don't know. Hi. Hi, Jess. I don't know. Try it a little bit here. And I think I'm going to come down just a little bit. Hi. I'm trying to adjust here. I hit my head on the camera. Before I hit my head, you know, on my on my thing before I started. So I messed it up, and so I just want to make sure it's close enough, but you don't get the interference. So we'll just see. Oh yeah, this one's really fun. I'm so excited. I love vintage. By the way now. By the way, honey. By the way. I got hi Carissa. Vintage wrapping paper. And I love vintage wrapping paper so much. I can't stand it. And every time I see it, you know, I have to buy it if I'm at a sale or whatever. So anyway, this one's really cool. I love how I did this. And then I don't know what I'm doing with these strings. But I left it long. I'll show you in a minute. Because you can wrap this around, you know, the whole book to keep these shut. But anyway, okay. Hi, Dorothy. What you doing, honey? So here it is. This is actually, okay, it's a cereal box. But, and then I wrapped it in, you know, this vintage paper. And then on the inside, too, I did reinforce it with another sheet of, like, cardstock in there. And then I reinforced the spine with an extra sheet of, well, it was a cereal box, you know, so you rip off the edges. So I just used the edge of the, and put that in there. And then, you know, there's all this stuff on there. But anyway, and then I did put the metal corners on, so it's reinforced. And then I sewed around with the black thread. Okay, so it's all pretty secure. And then I did a 4-hole. Hey, Mom, I did a 4-hole this time. Woohoo! I haven't ever done one of those before. And so this was my first one. And yeah, so that's my first one. Oh, I got ink all over me. Gosh dang it. I tried to be all clean. It just doesn't work. But anyways, so I did a 4-hole stitch in this because, and now I'm talking to the new people who watch, if you embellish heavy, I always embellish heavy, and I decided I think I better start doing a 4-hole. So that's how I do that. And then, so this one's kind of cool because it's all ephemera. Like it's real ephemera. Like I mean, there's some made, you know, I'll point it out, but I'm saying it's all like real stuff. Which I like to do these kind once in a while, and so it's really fun. So the front cover has its own closure because it's, you know, a mechanism. You know how I do mechanisms. So I'll show you. So the front cover opens up, and then here's the book cover, you know. But so this is just seam binding from my shop. I think it's I don't know, sandstone or something. Anyways, so I did junk mail envelope cover that I just covered the junk mail envelopes with the vintage paper. And then, you know, when I ripped it all and inked it all around everything. And then I put the vintage stamps on. You can get these in my shop, and the link is in the description box below where you can purchase this is in my Etsy store, along with a million other things in this book. So just if you're interested in anything, as even the vintage paper I have. So I have lots of stuff. I always stock up for you guys, and I have vintage doily packs, and this I use several different tablecloths and different stuff in here. So anyway, my mom sent me this metal black and white. Yep, it's for sale. And it's in, no, I just started. Yeah, the link's in the box there. But anyway, so the metal, my mom sent me these with a bunch of black and whites she had gotten. So anyway, this is metal and so it's just neat. And so but the only thing I didn't do is, well, I'll show you. Here's the picture of him, you know, leaving for the military. And so here's what I'm doing with this. So I have to tell you. So this all flips, but I'll show you here in a minute. I have to tell you this story. Now, I'm making this as if the woman who owns this journal made it herself, and she was keeping all of the, you know, holiday things that meant something to her in her life. Her Mother's Day, her wedding, her birthdays, all the holidays are in this book. So, I don't know, it's kind of a weird book, but it's really fun because I love the old vintage paper and the cards and all the stuff. Just wait, so I'm so excited. Okay. So, as you can see then, I did the 3 junk mail envelopes, so I'll show you. And then here's his picture. And I did make it a tuck spot, so you can put something there. I just didn't. You know how you do when you're making these. This is so full that you can't possibly put any more stuff in here. But so, and then inside these envelopes, I have actual letters, vintage handwritten letters. This one is kind of, I did read them, some of them, just to make sure, because some of it I really wanted, you know, it to be authentic, like about a wedding or about a birthday or about something. And so anyway, so there's just some vintage magazine clippings in here that maybe she would have kept from, I think this one is, let me look. I think this one's the society page. Yeah, it's the society page, as if she was keeping it, because this is kind of wedding-ish paper, you know. So maybe she, I don't know, maybe this was her wedding, and they just got married, and he's going off to war, and here's some letters. Looks like she wrote to him, you know, dearest hun, it says. And so March 14th, 1937. So, you know, she's writing all the details of home and what's happening. And these tickets you can get in my shop too. And you can get black and whites, and you can get vintage paper. And then this one here is, I decided to do like letters from home. So this could be mom and dad, sister, or her and mom and dad. You know, I don't know. You make up the story as you go along. And then there's some handwritten vintage papers in here with this. I love the edges. And, oh, there's more surprises in there. You'll just have to look. So it's kind of fun. And then there's some I don't know what this is, but it's some kind of vintage paper receipt thing that I had. So I glued that in there. And then more stamps. And I stamped, you know, the postage stamp on there. And then there's a picture in here that possibly could be, I was thinking maybe a college girlfriend, or maybe it could be a sister, maybe. I don't know. But there's a picture in there, and then like a receipt from a prescription or something. And this is from 1957. So it goes from late 30s to like 60 something. So it's kind of fun. And then this is I found an old address book, right? Look, A to Z. So it's got name, address, phone number, you know, an old one. And you can put this, hi Crafty. Well, you have to watch the you have to watch the replay. And then down here, which is fitting for the book, is a little spot to put everybody's birthdays and anniversaries, which this is kind of a celebration type of book. And so I thought that was so cute. And Michelle, you got me this. It was a vintage little, you know, address book. It was really cute, but the papers were falling out of it. And so okay, so now this is what I got here. I got a long string and I got a short string. So depending when you're done, you can wrap this one around twice and then shut it up. Or, you know, if you want it, because if you open the book right now, you know, this will flop. So I always want to shut this up while I go in the book. So I don't know, you can just do it like this. Or when you're completely done, you can wrap it all the way around. I don't know, I'm leaving this long. So you figure out how you want to do it anyways. And then, like I said, middle corners. So that's all shut up for the beginning, huh? So now muslin closure. 2 signatures. I haven't done a 2 signature book in a long time, so this is really big. You know how I get. And so I had to stop because it just gets to be too big where I can't even hardly show it. So I'm trying to look at this. Is this not the most precious thing you have ever seen in your life? Oh my God. I photocopied this book. It's a vintage wedding book. And I have lots of ephemera in my shop, you guys. But I don't know if you're just not used to me having that. But I have a lot of... Well, I'm just photocopying and I'm putting it in there. That's all I'm doing. I don't have any skills of any kind. Well, computer-wise, but I did photocopy this stuff and then I clean it up as good as I can and then I list it. It's just like $1 or something or $2 so that we can use it over and over again, you know what I mean? So I do have lots of ephemera in my shop from my old 1800s actual vintage scrapbook. So there's lots of good stuff in there and I'm working on some more right now because a lot of this ephemera that's in here is in my shop already, so I'll have to point it out if I can remember. But anyway, somebody sent me these napkins, these vintage napkins from like a wedding or something. So I love those, and again I put my stamps on, and I put hinges on these, so these are just vintage envelopes. I didn't have to do anything to them because they already have the color, you know what I'm saying? Bye, honey. So I put a hinge there, you know, and then another hinge here. I just did a collage. This is all waxed too, and these are from my shop, and these are Tim Holtz, and so it just, they're all on hinges, and they're envelopes, so you can put all your stuff on the inside. This, I put some little ephemera in there. This one's empty. There's so much in here I couldn't fit another thing. So you put your own things in there. And then this was also covered with a vintage book of how to crochet the lace. So that's in there. So that's really pretty. And anyway, so here's the wedding picture. I just love it. And I just made a little flip so you can write on here, and it says for you, and it's just, I don't know if this is wedding paper, but it sure is pretty. It's got a garden gate and pink, you know, flower pots and just kind of garden nest. There's a little bird's nest and a fountain, and then a little poem kind of. It's so romantic, you know, that she kept all of her things. And I left a lot of writing spots because this is so huge that I'm assuming, well, it's nice to have the person actually use it. And so anyways, I used a bunch of different laces. This was actually a doily that I rip up, you know, and cut up, and then the parchment. And then this is, well, my mom made this one. It's a little envelope up there. And then here's a vintage milk bottle top. And then these are cookbook pages, since she's probably planning, you know how women always like to cook, but look how pretty these are. Oh, I love that. That's a bouquet. Isn't that pretty? So I just left it because I just think it's pretty. And then I put in, I love ledger paper, vintage ledger paper. And so when I go to sales and like estate sales and stuff, I always look for ledger books, right? And I keep them. And so anyways, I put a lot of ledger paper in here. And here's one of these little envelopes my mom made. It's cute. And then this is kind of weird. It's a double-sided altered paper clip with bags. And so there's one of my little notes in there and one of my altered bingo cards. There's sewed around, and you can journal on the back. There's copy paper back there. And then I just love this paper. See, and it's on my dot pan. Look at this paper. Isn't it cute? It just says best wishes, hello for you, greetings, you know, happy. So it's just cute. I love it. It's not any particular holiday, but it's just something. So I'm just putting in here everything I think that maybe she might have kept. You know how women are sentimental when they get little presents, you know. And so here's the other side of that clip. There's a little tag in there. I actually think Lori Fusco made this one. It's been hanging around, and I actually think Lori Fusco made this one. Oh, I don't know why I put that in there. But anyway, so it's just a little collage, little baby, and I think this is Tsunami Rose. I did a lot of different stuff on that one. And then this is from one of the girls in group. Oh, Cheryl Rhoda. R-O-D-D-A. She made this and another thing back here. So it's a, one of her little vintage envelopes. So she's got out of music paper, and she sewed here around the edge with black thread. And I love all the buttons. And this is from my shop. The velvet's from my shop. And then we got a matching pocket over here. So this is, it's coffee stained, lightly coffee stained paper. Well, light to me. Normally mine's so grungy, but okay. So another thing, this book, I did not do any script stamping. I had a few messages of people asking me to chill out on the script stamping because, you know, it does get monotonous. So I didn't do any. But if you are going to get this and you want the light script stamping around, then I can certainly do it, or you could do it yourself too. But I didn't do any on this one this time. So that's a little bit different for me because this plain page, but some people like it like that, and I got requests for it, so I did it this time. I left it totally plain, and I did ink it up though. So here's the little sack that kind of matches that envelope there, and she's put a flashcard, altered flashcard. Look at the bling. Ooh, I love this one, Cheryl. That was so cute. But it goes right in this book, so I'm using it. I've kept it and kept it. So then here I'm just putting the ephemera on the sides, kind of. That's cute. I did it in the last couple of my books following Lori Fusco, and now I think it's cute on these little loose papers on the inside. Some more of my vintage ledger. And then this is from the 1940s. It's that's Tsunami Rose. It's a receipt from a cabinet maker shop. Like they maybe ordered some cabinets after they got married. Some more vintage ledger. And then this is just a menagerie of, of everything. So I'll take it all apart and then I'll put it all back in and show you actually what it is. So this is when I had that scrap attack video, so it's just scraps and then Tim Holtz stuff and ribbon down the side, and so it's just a tuck spot, but it's on top of baby paper. Look at how cute it is with the clothespins. Oh, I love it so much. So I just tucked in some letters and tucked in a tag and, you know, put in a you know, just ephemera that I sewed around. Then I put in a little, this one's from, well, the 40s or 50s, little vintage. You can get these in my shop. Little baby picture. And then a vintage baby card. I love these so much. They're so pretty. They're just precious. Look. And you can write on the inside, you know, for a journaling spot, or just leave them to enjoy. They're just so pretty. I mean, even if you're not having a baby, it's just the way they do it, you know? It's just so pretty. I just love it. So I put that in there. So I love that. I love this book so much. And then, like I said, the coffee staining and the inking and all the thread I did sew around. So some of these All the papers that have the vintage wrapping are double thick. So I put coffee paper on the back of the wrapping and then I sew around. So these are double thick pages. And then the single pages, then I put the lace on the edges. So these are several different tablecloths and doilies and such that I got going on here. And then this is, I love this wedding paper. Look at the color. I've used this before where you just cover up the words and you don't know it's wedding paper, but I've used it before and I just like it. I just put some pretty little trim on the bottom. These are in my shop usually, and there's just a little surprises. And then I put a receipt. This is from wedding. So this is like from a bank, like maybe they got some money for a wedding gift or something. So that's vintage ephemera, actual factuality. It's not like fake. And then these alteration tags are in my shop. I love these. And the scissors stamp is in my shop. And so it's an alteration tag, and since it's wedding paper, I kind of put this pretty stuff on here. And this is from an actual wedding dress. And this is some trim somebody sent me. I can't stand how pretty that is. Sick. I love it. And then I got sewn all the way around because this one's double thick again. So it's got the teal thread and some of it's yellow, some of it's white, some of it's black. I used every color in here just because I'm using up every, you should see how many threads I used this year so far. I was determined, you know, to use my thread. So I'm getting rid of all my thread. And guess what? My neighbor brings me a whole box of thread. Oh, God. I'm like, dang, I just got rid of it. I've just... Anyway. Okay, so this was round from an actual tablecloth, and they cut the middle out, you know, because all the middle gets stained, but they kept the lace off, so that's funny. So I put that on. Then this is vintage sheet music. These are all waltzes. So I would imagine for, you know, the wedding. And then I put in some real pretty, this is just tracing paper. What is this? I don't even know. Is it tracing paper? Oh, yeah, tracing paper. And then you open this up and open it up and you can write on tracing paper. So it's just really pretty. And I love this paper. I didn't want to cover it up. It's just beautiful. This one's double thick, sewn around with black thread and coffee paper on the back. This is a crazy garden page because, you know, even if, and it flips over, so it's this really long, I don't even know if you can see, but it's this really long page, see, and it flips up. And actually, this is a pocket page, so this is the garden page where she's going to, like, keep some of her gardening ideas and notes and... You know, so you got a really long double-sided thing here, and it's a pocket page. So it's double thick, so it's sewn around, and I flip it over the back like this. And then the inside just has garden stuff, vegetable seed tags, and like a coffee stain glittered piece of like garden paper, you know. And then when you turn it over, it's got the flowers and stuff, you know, it's just pretty. And the teal thread and the pocket you can put stuff in. And then just some really pretty old stationery. And then there's a receipt from the bank. And here's another double thick page because I put a lot of stuff on my pages. I want to glue this. I put a lot of stuff on my pages, so... Sometimes too much glue ain't good either, but I gotta clip this now. 1 second. So I love this. I have several of these. I'll clip it when I'm done showing you. These are old flower boxes. Like when you go to the park or something and they have those little single flowers for sale on a cart or something. Or something. But anyway, I'm imagining someone bought her flowers and she saved the box, and so I opened up the box and you can journal on the inside or keep stuff in there if you want to, and it's on a hinge so it flips out. And then there, look at how pretty this is. I don't know what holiday this is and I don't rightly care, but it is so cute. I love it so much. I can't stand how pretty it is. Wax threads in my shop. And then there's a purple, kind of purple envelope there. Okay, so I'm going to clip this now because I put glue on it. These are double thicked pages too, sewn around teal thread, and so just coffee and then all the little receipts. Some of the stuff is just like loose and tucked in here, you know. Receipts from little books, and here's the other side of that stationery. Look how pretty it is. It's embossed, has these little gold bumpies on it. I love it. And then we're still doing garden because it's the second side of that same pocket. So just little garden papers. Here's a little garden envelope I made, and like a little garden like recipe card. It's glitter coffee stained, and I don't know. Oh, here's another little garden card. I love these vintage cards from, you know, what, it's 60s or something. I don't know, but it's got little Bible quotes in there, and it's just, you know, cute. It's actually congratulations on your new little sprout. So it's actually for a child, but I just put it in there because it's a garden, and, you know, I don't know, whatever, but it's cute, and it'd be a good journaling spot, and you can write in it. And right in here, and this another double thick page, black thread sewn around, inked up, and that really pretty paper. I love this paper. I only have a little bit left, but look how sick it is. It's got like everything on it you could ever want. So I tried to pull those yellow roses from this side over here with this card. It's a happy anniversary card. I love this one, huh, Steph? Thank you. I love this one. And so I just glued the card down. And it's not written on or anything, so you can journal in here. And then I just put some real ephemera in the back. It's from it's a prescription from 1950. So it's kind of cute. Yeah, thanks for the thumbs up, you guys. 1950, it's for something. I don't know what it is. I can't read that writing, you know how it is. But all the pieces in here are like real vintage ephemera. So here's the really nice vintage lace again. It's all vintage lace in here. Nothing's new. And then here's another anniversary card. Since we had one here, I figured, well, it's kind of, this must have been her anniversary period. So this is really cute. I love this card. Oh, look at it. Opens up peaches and cream. Isn't that cute? Oh, can't stand it. These are so cute. This is in my shop, though. I photocopied these so we can use them over and over again. So you just have to dig for my digitals that are in there. But I did photocopy this. And if you can't find this one, it's because I haven't finished it yet. I'm working on some ephemera right now for us. And anyway, so here's another double thick page with the teal thread around, and then the other side of that wedding paper again. And up here, I did a waxed little collage, altered paper clip, and then these are actual wedding letters from the 60s. If I can get it off here. So this one is from 1965. It's actually from December 1965, and it's a little thank you card. And it just says, how nice of you. And there's a little letter in here about their golden wedding anniversary, and they're thanking them, and it's December 1965, and it just has a bunch of little writings and then what they received. They got gold Turkish towels and just, you know, so it's kind of like wedding anniversary-ish ephemera, right, to go with this, which I'm loving so much. And then the letter, I don't think the letter has anything to do with anything. It was just a loose letter. In fact, it's a page 2. I don't even know where page 1 is. But it, I think, I don't know. Not sure. It says page 2 on the top. But it's talking about how they received your letter and everything sounds good. And, you know, just on and on about something, you know. And, so anyway, I just thought I'll just put it in there, you know, because it's fun to have handwritten letters, you know. But anyway, isn't that fun? I love that. A chubby, chubby lace from a doily, actually. And then I just left the copy stain. This one's double thick, sewed around, and it has a little, here's the baby again, that baby paper, and it's got a little pocket here with a little scrappy dappy tablet, and then the little baby, and it opens up and you can journal in there. And then here's the vintage ledger paper again. Yeah, and I put the ephemera on the sides to make it cute. And here's from the cabinet shop, or ledger, and this is Tim Holtz. And then that tablecloth again. And then here's another one of my waxed clips. I love this paper. I know it's stark white and I left it because it's got the thistles on there, you know, the thistles. I love that. Do you know what I mean? The little thistles, the purple thistles. I love it so much. So anyways, it opens up and you can have a nice journaling spot and it's just all clean. Double thick page again, sewn around with teal thread. I love this because this one's the greetings. I just think it's so pretty. I love it. And then I made one of my parchment paper envelopes and put in a little tag from all the leftover papers. So that's kind of a big envelope. And then again with the ledger and I love the wedding bouquet. These actually go in the tuck spot, but I glued it. It's just a coffee stain guest check, and here's the tuck spot. It's a cookbook page and tsunami rose, and then I stamped over the top of it with a fork stamp, and I sewed and made a collage. There's lace, and this white trim is in my shop, and this seam binding's in my shop. These are in my shop. And then I made, it's just got coffee stain parchment, and it's got ink, and it's got gilding polish. You can see it's kind of gold. And then I did some stamping, but it's underneath, so you can kind of see it when you touch it, you know. So there's some, like, honeycomb stamping, because it's like they're eating, you know. So I put, you know, like a sweet thing in there. I don't know. It's a cute tag, but I love it. I sewed around with white thread. It's cool. And then, like I said, there's the guest check there. And then, so I like that one. Then on this side, this is all like cookbook stuff because we're on a cookbook page. So I'm kind of like keeping it like cookbookish, you know. So here's a sewn around glittered coffee stain recipe card. And then a cookbooky kind of little journal with some little receipties. And a little journal, just, you know, and it's sewn around. There's a salad, and she's cleaning her tub. Right? And here's some parchment papers, and that same one, I'm using it through the whole thing. The same one. And this one's sewn around. It's double thick, and it's got a whole bunch of stuff on this side. So I didn't want to put anything on this side because it's just so full. Oh my God. Okay, so Tsunami Rose paper and Tim Holtz, and I just made this collage out of a sewn around the edge Rolodex. And then I fill it with all this stuff, and I sew it in such a way where there's a whole bunch of, like, pockets. So I'll show you. So here's a vintage envelope from the church. You know how you can, this is from the 70s. You put your money in and put it in the plate. You know, isn't that cute? I love the pink. And then here's a handwritten little receipt thing, couple of addresses of some girlfriends or something. And then here's the Rolodex card, and everything kind of just tucks in there, see. And then I figured this is kind of like family-ish, so I put a picture of, you know, the sisters and the kid. You know, this is a postcard from, I don't know when, but, you know, I love it. And then here's another, you know, magazine article from the 60s. Something that she might have saved from, what the heck is this? I don't know. Something, you know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But this is Mother's Day paper. So I put in, like, you know, family stuff. That's what I was trying to do, right? Like that. Cute. And then, so this is the middle of the two signatures. I don't know. I put a bag in here, decoupage bag with a tag in it from the leftover paper I had from the book here. And you can just put your own stuff in here, whatever. I just put it in there in the center. I love this paper. And then I made, this is for, it's actually for a bookmark for this book, but I left it loose because like I was thinking, oh, it could be a raggedy kind of thing or whatever, but it's a, see, it's a picture of a girl out of a magazine, and I put a couple layers of different stuff, and then I sewed around, inked it up and sewed around and everything, and then I got a little hanky and made a little dress, and then sewed it on here, and then I put these white flowers from my shop on there, so it's just cute, and then you can use it for your bookmark if you want to. So I love that. This is pretty. I love this paper. And the flower petals look like hearts, so I don't know if it's Valentine's. I don't know. I didn't put any Valentine's in here because I'm going to do a Valentine's book, you know. So anyway, these are just pretty little laces. And I love this one. Look at this one, wishing you well. And she's at the wishing well, look, with the little birdies. I love this one. It's so cute. And then the vintage sheet music. And then I just did, this is all waxed collage with some Tim Holtz stuff and doilies from my shop. And the eyelash trims from my shop too. And this is Sweet Carnation Waltz paper. And then here's another look at pretty congratulations note card, postcard. It's really pretty. I hate to get rid of this. But I did photocopy these, so we are going to be able to use these again and again as soon as I get it finished. It might be in there already. I can't remember. But we'll see. And if not, I'll try to get it done as fast as I can. Wedding bells. I left it because it's just so pretty. How can you do anything to this? I can't. So you can just write on it. And it's double thick, sewn around with white thread. And then here's a little altered file folder with some Tim Holtz tissue paper. And then I put in a envelope flip book I made. So I like this green color. It's got some of my little envelopes on it. And I stamped in some stuff, you know, and inked it up and all that. And it opens up and it's as if she's had boys. She's looking at boy haircuts and she's got a picture of her son maybe and some, you know, paper in here. It's just little vintage paper. It's kind of inked up a little bit. So there's another writing spot. And some more stamping and you can write on there and flip it down again and there's some more paper with some ribbon and you can write here and there's an envelope in the back and there's just a vintage library card from my shop and that's from somewhere I don't know and it flips out. You can write on here. I forget who that is. Digital Collage Club, I think. And then this just holds it shut and there's some more paper in here and just all kinds of stuff, you know, in this one. So, and it's got this white seam binding. Well, no, it's white satin trim from my shop. From, well, I actually think this is wedding dress, but I can't remember, so I ain't even going to say it. But I think it is. And then, since we were doing so much of this, I threw this in here because this is like a little receipt-y thing. So it's in there, whatever. You don't like it, take it out. I don't know. Little, you know, receipts again, the same. And then here's that pretty paper again. I love it. It's so pretty. So I put a little doily down and one of my little ticket books. This one's so cute. This one's so cute. Look, it's got little flowers, and it's a single ticket book this time. And I put vintage laces, all vintage lace in here. And it's little Tim Holtzy things. See, this one comes out. These are just little, and this one comes out. Little tuck spots. And And then here's a little birdie singing, another little birdies. And these are all ribbons from my shop. You can get these. And here's a little thing. And I made one with a little pocket so you can put your... And then I got one more page, but you know when you glue it down. Almost. I'm getting it. Yeah. And here's the little Tsunami Rose Girl. And I left this one open so you can put your own little, like, you know, these things. You know, put your own little quote in there. You know what I mean? But anyway, and it's glued down, so it's just a little book right there, and then you can shut it up and have your little cute little book. I got videos on making those. Double thick page again, sewn around with the teal thread, and it's white on this side. So I put 2 different colors in my machine, bobbin thread, a different color, so I get 2 different colors on both sides. And I get chubby lace. I like the chubby stuff. And then the vintage paper, and here's a little tucky spot. There's so much stuff in this book. I didn't put anything in it because it doesn't really need it. Here's some more of that tablecloth. And then here's a whole collage of all kinds of stuff. So I'll take it out. So here's the side tucky wedding paper, Tim Holtzy kind of stuff. This is in my shop too. The ribbon, seam binding, and it's just a scrappy thing. And then it's just a tag from, like, she's sitting down, having coffee in the morning, doing crossword puzzles, and the parchment paper, and sewed around, and now she can write on it, right? And then there's just some ephemera with the Tim Holtz, you know, picture on it. Right? Isn't that cute? I love it. I had fun with this book. Glitter paper on my dot pan, white thread, so it's double thick page sewn around parchment. And again with the cookbook page, so I'm doing a cookbook, you know, type of thing. So here's the Tim Holtz lady, and she's got a rolling pin. That's a stamp. So, and that's Tsunami Rose. This white satin is from my shop, so it's just a tuck spot, and there's some vintage, like, recipe stuff back there. So it's kind of fun. And then here's a vintage, it's different kind of writing, like, I don't know, German or something. I really don't know, but I know it's a recipe. You could tell, or at least I think it is. You guys tell me, somebody, but look how beautiful hand penmanship on this. So I left it in here because I just think it's really pretty. Look how she wrote. Everything's beautiful. So I left it in there. Some more of that same tablecloth again. Double thick again. So there's white thread on this side and teal thread on this side. Since look at the center. A vase of beautiful roses. Isn't that just pretty? I love it so much. It's so pretty with the lace curtain in the back and hydrangeas and roses. I love that so much. And then just plain coffee. Then here's the vintage lace. And then here's the cookbook page again. So I did her thinking about what to make for dinner. I put a doily back there. She's got a jar of mayo. It's a collage here. Then I put one of these from, this is an actual glassine bag from where you put your little fudgesicles in. And then this is Woolworth's. This is the whole collage here, but I got so much stuff in here you can't quite tell. So here's some stamps from the Stamp Saver book. Here's some jar labels, vintage jar labels. Here's another vintage recipe from that pretty handwriting. So now you can kind of see the collage. See how I got it? So you can like tuck all the stuff back there. See how I do it? And I put it in and it just looks like a whole bunch of, see how you do? Like that. See? So it's just full and it's heavy. So I didn't put much on this side. I put a little, she's cooking with her apron on, and these flowers are in my shop, and it's on a library card, vintage library card, little flip up. And the parchment, the white thread sewn all the way around, double thick page again with the wedding again. Look at how pretty this one is. I love this one so much. look at, she's sitting on her chair and they're at the seaside and they're looking at the boats and he's talking to her and she's got a little parasol and there's a empty on the back so you can journal on the back. Isn't that pretty? I love that so much. And she's sitting under a little, you know, like, what do you call that? Gazebo type of thing. It's really pretty. So here's some Chubby again. And then this is all sewn around too with the pretty paper. Ledger. And then this ledger, I put the flower on this side. This one has the twinklets. You can see they're real thick pieces of glitter and you can tuck something back there if you want. I love that. This is vintage little roses on here. They're so pretty. I love it so much. And then this has got a lot of stuff in it. Okay, so this is just a little scrappy thing with some stamps and a guest check thingy and some stamp saver book page. This is a altered coffee filter, decoupage sewn around, stamped and gilding polish, and another one of those tags with the crossword puzzle like in the background, like she was having coffee and whatever, right? So there's like tuck spots, and then another just tag I made. You can tuck something back here too. It's like, whoops, it goes like this. So you can put this back here if you want to, right? And then it's just a tag, and it's sewn around, coffee on the back. And then like this one could go back there like that. Put this in here. However you want to do it, you know. It's fun. But it's another spot to put something if you want to. And then my dot pan. These all have to be done singly when you do these dot pans, so it's a painstaking thing. White thread, double thick page, because we got some of that pretty on the paper again. One of my little tags. Here's a Crafty Irina pocket with all her little spots in there, and there's one little tucky light here tucked in, and some ledger, and here's some ephemeras, and here's a little receipty thing, and some more vintage lace. This one's got a little sewing on it. Just plain copy. This one's double thick, so it's got thread, and it's all inked up. And this paper is, ooh, this is pretty. I love this wedding paper. Here's my bingo cards. It's got ink and decoupage and gilding polish on it. And you can journal in the back. Here's the hinge and the paper, and you can tuck stuff back here if you want to put this stuff back here. It's a index card and some folded up stuff, and you can put that here and, you know, journal on this if you want, however you want to put it. And here's the music, sheet music, and again with the pretty lace. And this one's got a little sack and a little tag from the paper, that Mother's Day paper. And here's the back. The back's fun too. It's all Tiffany, and here's like a coffee, like she was sitting here, you know, with her coffee. My little envelope collage, and this one has a little note in it. You can pull it out. It says, "Own your story." And then this is all like jewelry, Tiffany stuff. Here's a whole sheet of that ledger, and more like jewelry ads. Oh, ladies book for sure. And this is one of my like wallet book things, but I just tipped it, so it's script stamping book page, and you flip it up, and so there's lace there and the Tiffany and Company stamp, and then it's got my flowers right here from my shop, and so it's like this wallet booky thing. So here's the Tiffany and Company ephemera that goes with it, some jewelry stuff, some more Tiffany and Company paper that's stuck under my corner right here. Oh, there. Tiffany and Company paper, and then more. I think this is Tiffany and Company too, because it's the blue. Yeah, it's got the wedding rings on it. So that's kind of cute. And it all tucks in here. Or you can put your own stuff, whatever, right? And then it's got the metal corners, and then there's the back. A little lace on there. So that's that. That was really fun. I love this book so much. So I hope you enjoyed it. It's listed in my shop. So thanks for coming in to watch. I know this one gets long when they get big like that, but I just love this one so much. And then I have another one coming up. I'll show you. It's only one signature. It's a lot smaller. And the price will be $2. So I'm going to put in this little baby and this little stuff. And I'm going to put this in and the baby in and another garden. Some more of these. This one's going to be kind of the same kind of idea with the vintage papers. Only this one I have the ladies on the front. This is all like, I'll show you this. This is kind of cool, right? I love this one, and it's got the, you know, Lily of the Valley, and there's a Lily of the Valley tag in here, and this one has like the ladies, like their friends, and I'll show you, see here? So this one's a little bit different. So this one's going to be fun too. But there's the cover of this one. It's going to be fun. And then this one has, I'll show you, just for a sneak peek, this one has the envelopes and a collage inside, and I just love the picture of what's inside. He's digging in that old chest, you know, in the attic. Isn't that cute? I love this one. So this one's going to be really cute too. And I put lace on the edges, and this is really pretty with this vintage card. Ooh, I love this one. This one's going to be really fun too. It's just, you know, one signature, but it's really going to be fun. And this one has a big pull-out right here. And I did do some sheet music stamping in this one. And I put the little envelope there. And this one has, this is a whole matrimony page right here. Gloves and pearls, and here's the marriage license and the book, and like, that one's really wedding. But it's got a lot of the same pages in it, except for that wedding one. That's the different one. And I'm going to put all this stuff in there. That flips out some more. This does have script stamping in it. Here's the center of this one. It's the big rose. So I did stamp in this one. I did sheet music and script in this one. This has got sheet music stamping. That's in my shop. So this one I'm going to do next this week. So I'm just showing you real quick the pages that I used. Some of the same stuff. Yep, and then here's the paper I used. And then here's the paper, and it's got the butterfly. So this one, and I'll do the spine up. And so anyway, this one's going to be fun too. So I'm going to dig through all my old stuff again and make this one next. Be fun. We'll have a story with this one too. Okay, girls. We'll see y'all later. I haven't even had breakfast yet. I need to go have something to eat and do my exercises and all that. But I had to finish this. You know how you get going and you want to finish. Thanks. Bye.